I shall be as brief as possible. My name's Kent Kruger. Welcome to my channel. I really appreciate some of the recent comments. And he mentioned I've been pumping out a lot of videos in order to prevent random, because some of my older videos really, I don't even like them. Subscribe so that you get them in chronological order, so you can pick by title or whatever and by most recent. Or I think you even have the option for most popular. I don't, where the action's at. This is about triggering Lao Tzu, the old man. And when she began to read off the list of things in the bag she had brought me, I don't even remember the first item. I focused on the second one, and it wasn't just the chemistry of shaved cream and the fact that I never could stand it. The instant I'm going like, the thought, see, I'm just reviewing it. The thought in the back of my head was, why is she trying to get a Jew to shave? Why is she trying to feminize me? We fight feminization. And this brings up Melissa. From here, when she began to try to convert me, that was unsuccessful. That's how she started off the conversation that afternoon or whatever. It was in the afternoon, and well, I think it was past it. Anyway, she said, I know a barber. Would you like your haircut? And actually, at the time, my hair really didn't, well, it needed a little trim up, but wasn't really even an inch long, not even centimeter or something. And then I go, yeah, maybe. I mean, I do need help in the back since I'm trimming along the. Then she goes, he could give you a shave too. And right then I go, oh shit, the feminization shit. That's really the point. These triggers that I look for. I grew up in a culture where men did wear facial hair. They only would shave their mustache or do a complete. My dad to keep from there's this drive in women to feminize men. Yeah, my father shaved there may have been a couple of Sundays where he let it slide till 4 or 5 a.m. Monday. Then here comes another hypochondriac. Who's better? Oh shit, that's almost the same color.
Sir, would you like some food?
May I ask what kind of food it is?
Absolutely. It's queso and chips from Torchy's. It's chips and and queso.
Queso, cheese and dip?
And dip, yeah.
Unlikely, because the queso is probably going to be Franken food, and I can't eat it. It will make me very ill. I'm very picky about what I eat,
Okay.
because I don't want to be in there or in the hospital.
Okay. What about
Thank
the
you
chips?
for your
You want the
kind
chips?
offer.
Would you like the chips?
No, they usually are fried in
Okay. They are fried.
very toxic palm oil or the other vegetable oils that
Okay.
people in my profession have been exposing for decades. So thank you for your kind offer, and you have a good evening. May God bless it. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
You
Take care.
too.
Bye-bye.
God bless. You see, I'm not a total asshole. He stayed in his car, asked him what it was, and that queso is made from that. Actually, they went from soy to canola, and they may have moved to palm on the Velveeta shit. It's real cheese. It's hard to melt. Anyway, this feminization of men I was talking about, and actually, I could tell that my wife wasn't a lesbian, because first time I shaved around her, shaved off my goatee and stuff, she goes, grow it back. But in my community, as I got older and shit, and people who were super rich, but men that was obviously queer as shit. You know, they always go to like the auction barn on Wednesday and shit to sell a few head, it's just a few $1,000, and they're usually wearing a fucking their finest lavender shirt all duded up. And I'd run them into them on a little coffee shop down there at the corner of Main and 21, and they'd just go like, "You need to shave. You need to shave." Snuffle, snuffle. I'm sorry I went long there, but you can see what happens. I get approached all the time. That's now 3 times today I've turned down donations because it make me sick. I have my reasons, but that was what really triggered me, was that it instantly in my head, the shaving cream, linked right back to Melissa in a very nasty attempt to convert me. The first attempt to convert me failed and ended up with an ice pick in my fucking neck. Go back in my videos. Attempted murder is the title of the video. That's true. It's actually, I think in that video, you can still see the blood on my shirt and shit. That crazy EMS bitch was trying to, oh, it's probably a mockingbird. Oh, I don't mean to say that's a state bird. She wasn't from here. Don't mean to, it wasn't no, oh gosh, please. I run into so many idiots so much of the time. Oh gosh. That was pretty much what triggered me right there, was shaving cream. Why would a Jew, and clearly a man, does it look like I like to shave at all? And when I do shave, I dry shave with the sharpest blades. People keep giving me blades. I'm super picky and knowledgeable. I can get the best blades on earth at Walmart for under $3 for 10. Sometimes it'll be a lot, it depends on the Walmart, the price. But sometimes they do a bonus pack where there's 14 blades, because sometimes it takes 14 blades to truly get all of this off, and that's why I charged up my electric rechargeable trimmer. I'm thinking about taking a whack at it, but it's wintertime. I need this. This is why God commands us to not mar the corners of thy beard. Number one, I can't suddenly slap on some makeup, and especially at 6.5 feet tall, and change into a woman's mantle and pass for, there's no chance of me passing for a woman. Clean shaven, you're going to be able to see a pretty good size Adam apple there. I can't. I tried to do Louis Armstrong earlier today. I'm having trouble with my low range, my bass. And back in the day, they only had these tiny little blades, and they were usually pretty fucking dull. The people that became the Mohammedans were actually the Silk Road thieves and rapists. That's who the followers of Muhammad were. That may have been what he was. I'm not trying to impugn anybody here. I'm just telling you what the books say. I'm quoting authorities, people who have published on the fact that the first followers of the faith, as they call it, Islam, were a bunch of, and in general at the time, they even, and if you have a real good Jew beard, the chance of a guy, even if he knows how to do it right, of hitting the right part at the right spot, it's kind of camouflage. And if you try, the head of my hair is Nordic, soft, baby. Women used to love touching it. It's just like little baby's hair. It's so fine. It is. It's just almost as fine as the blonde hair off the woman that was used in the Norton bomb sites. They cut off all her hair because it was almost like 2 feet long. They coveted every strand of it. Department of Defense located her, I think, through her doctor. But the hair on my face, it's as tough as copper wire and kinky. It's not. African hair is tightly curled and perfectly round. Kinky is actually flat on one side and goes in different directions, and it can become very matted if you don't rake it. And if a guy tries to draw a knife across your throat, we're probably going to survive it. If it's a dull knife, a Jew boy is going to survive it. It also keeps the fucking insects off you, etc. There are a number of reasons why God commands men, because we are the defenders of the house that is built upon the woman's back. I respect women. I don't respect that woman. I was going to make a night prayer for her, and I don't think so now. No, I don't think so. Especially because she would not stop moving. She was walked out and spin right there. She would even do a pivot, perfect balance. No, and she's trying to tell me that she knows what I've been through. She claims she looks like no more than 30. She claims some sort of 25 years of suffering that I did not want to know. She is trying to psychic vampire me into that plate. She first comes up trying to pretend empathy for me, and then is automatically, immediately trying to, in her approach, making that connection, trying to force me to feel empathetically her pain. Look back at my video. I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. You might want to watch that. I'm not a truly enlightened person, but I'm a step ahead of almost everybody on this planet. I know trouble when I see it. I knew it was trouble the minute she got out and stepped on the dirty tarmac, and then would walk on the clean curb. Please turn off your closed caption. Look at my mouth when I'm speaking. That closed caption is just messing up. It's not accurate at all. So, for right now, they actually still let one more in. So they do have a little old lady in there. That's why they haven't locked up yet. And now we got a last minute hypochondriac showing up. So there'll be a while before I don't really think I'll be mentally calm enough until they get the fuck out and lock the door. And I'm free to use my full range of my vocabulary. Some of you apparently liked my sample of Texas style cussing on, what was it, the last video? Yeah. Children, teach your parents well. Well, Neil Young said the man don't need you around anyway, because the war between the states was about my great-grandfather's product. It was not about slavery. It was about our cotton. I'm going to set you up for the next videos. This is the bonus round where I tell you shit that you supposed to have seen it on PBS, the Ken what's-his-face. It was a whole week series. It was like 5 hours. And they clearly do point out that it had nothing to do with slavery. Actually, my great-grandfather was like the first major producer of cotton it was actually still New Spain. And then Mexico. And my father had to help fund that revolution. And then my great-grandfather. Sorry, sometimes I make minor errors, but I'm tired of having a review for errata or erratum, an erratum. But, shit. I'm sorry, the sirens, because the other day we had what appeared to looked like a bank robbery of my bank. Still haven't checked on that. I've been avoiding videos in general because all the Jew hatred shit and that's one of the things in the back of your head. I mean, like, is she trying to make me clean shaven so that like all the jihadis are clean shaven? What's up with that shit? I just don't. She appeared to be on meth. I told you she's. This may be my last of the evening. We just started getting a little bit of a chill wind. Oh, I was setting up the I got to grasp back for that train of thought. I don't care if I go 20 minutes here. I'm at 15. The war between the states was about cotton. That's where I was a genius to be able to take somebody on a track, on a track, and take a tangent and bring you back smoothly. I didn't do it. I'm losing my skills. I'm losing my memory, but that you're aware that you're losing your memory means that you're not demented. I've had this discussion with doctors all the time about how I hate how my memory is compressing. It was all about cotton and who the hell we sold it to. The northern states wanted it and had enough power and attempted to force us to sell them our cotton at a price dictated by them. The Industrial Revolution, this is the bonus round. Listen up, because I got a lot of viewers that do that. The Industrial Revolution was almost exclusively textiles, primarily cotton, wool, weaving, making fabric, and all of the machinery, vehicles, iron bridges, everything was related to textiles. It was the Industrial Revolution. And the most valuable product that we were selling to some of the first to come on the world market, to England and France, the Yankees, that's what they call themselves, I'm not being impolite here, wanted our fucking cotton at a price controlled by them. We didn't start the shit. They did. They were attempting restraint of free trade. We seceded due to the activity of the North and tough shit. Things happened, and I'm proud to say that I grew up getting my education in General Hood's headquarters in Bryan, Texas, Fort Hood, which is now being canceled out and stuff. I'm proud. You know, we Texans was just butchering you Yankees because your generals were stupid. McClellan, etc. He would hold back half his troops instead of throwing all his troops into the fray against the Texans and maybe getting it over with. He was deliberately dragging it out because he was a chicken shit coward. At one point in time, General Robert E. Lee, who wasn't a tiny man. I mean, the pictures of Grant and Lee, I'm going like, look at Lee, and then look at that little tiny little piss ant. You know, that's the way we Texans think. You know, some foppish lieutenant who was like Lee, I believe, was West Point trained. Robert E. Lee, who lived right across the. And we Texans are Virginians. Please try to remember that. My dad was born in Robert E. Lee County, Texas. Okay? Okay? And some West Point trained foppish colonel or lieutenant or something was seated next to him because Lee led his troops into combat at the front while McClellan sat in the back. You get my drift? Character differences, character analysis. And this foppish rich kid that went to military academy said, General Lee, your Texas troops are looking kind of raggedy. And Lee responded, sir, never mind the raggedness of my Texans. The enemy never sees their backs. We Texans had marched all the way there, sleeping on our backs. Yeah, we looked pretty bad from the back, but in front, we was looking pretty good, pretty fucking deadly. That little girl come up dealing with a real Texan today. That's not smart to do. I pointed out in the last video that actually at the beginning, the first cough, you see me arch my back and cough downward about a minute something in, that's a vestigial seizure. I haven't broke yet. I have a perfect record. But you never know when I might really snap on somebody. It's not a threat. I'm just telling you, it could happen. I still have the muscular strength, which wasn't much 10 months ago, but it's back. And I could still, when that adrenaline kicks in, I can jump up out of a chair and fucking whack you. It's not smart to talk shit to me. She was trying to, figuring that I was completely confined to that chair. She apparently had never seen that I can walk. You know, I can move fast. I just don't do it because it hurts like hell. And you know what, little lady? I'm sorry, I ain't gonna call you a little lady. Little girl, you fuck with the wrong Texan today. You got an education. What I told you about the platonic empathy thing, I was telling to her. I ain't gonna fall for that shit. I'm not going to bond in any way with somebody who's trying to transmit more psychological disease to me than I already have. I have PTSD, yada yada, blah blah. I'm done. 20 minutes.